What is good, guys, and welcome back to another video on the channel. In today's video we're doing my around 19 tips and predictions for the AFL season. It's going to be a great video, so yeah, we'll get straight stuck into it, and we're going to review round 18. And let's just get straight into this reviewing round 18. Now let's review round 18. Of course, I forgot to I got a 6 out of 9, so not the worst score in the world, I'll say. It was a pretty good score. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of what I did this round. It was a pretty good week of tipping for me. But I forgot to tip the first game. I was only going to tip Collingwood, so no harm done. Just forget to tip this game, do I? I just forgot to tip it, unfortunately. But anyway, it's better off not tipping that because I got a margin of 0, so I was lucky not to tip that one. And Sydney versus North, tipped the Swannies, did I? I tipped the Swannies against North, thinking Sydney would definitely get the job done against North after North's win against Gold Coast. Yeah, I thought they'll win. Then Freo versus Hawthorn. I didn't back in my Hawkers at Utah, so I thought Freo have a good chance against the Hawks after coming off a big deficit loss against the Geelong Cats. But that was not to be. They got the job done. The Hawkers, my Hawkers, so pretty happy. Then the Bulldogs versus the Carlton Blues. This game was a good game. Patrick Coop's 200th game, but of course the Western Bulldogs went on and won this game, and it was a great clash, wasn't it, at Marvel? You would have thought Carlton would have came back. Then Adelaide versus St Kilda. Adelaide won against St Kilda. It was an alright game. Melbourne versus Essendon. Melbourne win. A lot of people in my comp tipped Essendon to win this. I don't know why everyone tipped him. It's probably because they beat Collingwood, but that doesn't mean that. I think Melbourne have a really good chance in that one. And then Gold Coast to be Port, I tipped at People's First Stadium, and I got that correct as well. I'm not going to lie, it was actually, did I get more than 6? I can't even remember. Got this correct, and it was a good tip to get correct at People's First Stadium. I tipped Gold Coast. I think lots of people would have tipped Gold Coast. Giants versus Richmond. Tipped Giants. Of course, Richmond are the wooden spoon at the moment, and predicted, I think, to win the wooden spoon this year, unless they beat North out of the blue. But yeah, I thought Giants would win that game. And then what's his name? Schofield's first game as interim coach, and he was facing Brisbane. And I'm not going to lie, their ball movement looked good in the first 5 minutes. I thought West Coast could probably win the whole game. Schofield looks like a good coach. I think he'll do really well. We'll see if he coaches in 2025. But yeah, that was my round of tipping. Yeah, just a 6 out of 9. We'll go straight into this week's tips and see if we can get a better score. So the first game of the round, there's only 5 more rounds at the end of the AFL season, so this is going to be a great contest. Bombers versus Adelaide Crows, I think it's absolutely going to be a bang of a contest at Marvel. Friday night footy, it's going to be high scoring, of course. Great men out there fighting it out. Both teams look like they are really trying here. The Bombers fighting for a final spot, while the Crows are really just fighting for priority. They're not going to make finals, but can they find some glory here and beat the Bombers? But I think the Bombers will bounce back after their loss, and I think they'll get the job done by a good 14 points. Now the Giants taking on Gold Coast at NG Stadium on the Saturday, 20th of July, 1:45 p.m. It's going to be not the best contest, I think. It's at NG Stadium. I mean, Giants are very good at home, and both these teams are fighting for a top 8 spot here. So I think the stakes are real high for both of these teams coming into this contest. And Gold Coast really just trying to find their first finals. They're just trying to make finals for the first time in AFL history. And it's going to be tough for them, I feel, this game. Giants get the job done by 33 points and win it. So now the Saints taking on the West Coast Eagles at Marvel Stadium on the Saturday, 20th of July. Both teams are eager to get out of that bottom four. Both of these teams are not going to be playing finals. They're just eager of getting out of that bottom four. Of course, we saw a glimpse of Schofield's coaching. It was a pretty good game for West Coast. They played and came up to play. Can the Saints handle this really, is the question. And I think they can. The Saints will get the job done by 21 points. Now my Hawkers taking on the Collingwood Magpies at the MCG on the Saturday, 20th of July, 4:35pm. Both of these teams really got a good shot of winning this. I think this is going to be a 50-50 contest. It could go either way here. It could go either way. Really, both of these teams are in real good form, are they? I mean, not the Collingwood Magpies, but the Hawkers are on a hot streak. They're up against the Hawks. They're up against the hot Hawks. I think this is a 50-50 game. But I didn't tip all of them last week. Do I tip them this week? They've been really on top of every team here. Do I tip them and back them in? And I'm going to back them in to get the job done by 11 points. Now the Cats vs Dogs at the category on the Saturday, 7:30pm. It's going to be a good contest of both of these teams. Doggies trying to make the 8 and the great old Geelong Cats are trying to make the top 4 and maybe even save their final spot, because it's going to be a really intense game, I feel, for both of these teams. But I think at the category, I feel like the Cats have the advantage here. Probably the Cats get the job done, but I think the Cats get the job done by 31 points. So now we got Port Adelaide versus the Richmond Tigers at the Adelaide Oval on the Saturday at 7:30pm. It's going to be a bad contest, I think. I think Richmond have a good shot in this game. And, both teams have good shots in this game. And I think it's going to be a smashing. Yeah, maybe not smashing according to your opinion, but I think it's going to be a smashing. Well, many Tiger fans don't want to hear this, but I think the Port Adelaide Power will get the job done by a good 53 points at Adelaide. Okay guys, so now on the Sunday, 21st of July at the Gabba, 1:10pm. Now on to the Sunday games. It's going to be a good game. The Swannies taking on the Brisbane Lions at the Gabba. It's going to be a 50-50 contest. Swannies not in the best of form, of course, beating North Melbourne. But Brisbane play well in the Gabba, if I'm not lying here. They're a really good team, are they, Brisbane? And I think I got it back in the Lions to get the job done by 12 points. So now the Demons and the Freo Dockers at Optus Stadium on Sunday, 21st of July, 3:20pm. Both these sides look like they can do something here at Optus, but Demons coming off a win against the Bombers, so probably looking a bit fresh, and the Fremantle Dockers coming off a loss against Hawkers. But do you think the Freo Dockers can bounce back? Well, I think they can. If there's one side, it's going to be Fremantle, and I think they'll get the job done by 45 points. So now on the Sunday, 21st of July, 4:40pm at Marvel Stadium, Carlton vs North. Of course, both these teams, of course, North off the bottom of the ladder now, and the Carlton Blues, could they just do something really special here? It's going to be a good contest, but I think Carlton, they just got the better team, I feel, but it's going to be a close contest, I think. So I gotta go with the Carlton Blues to get the job done by a good 4 points. Now, like, subscribe to the channel, guys, if you want to see more of this content. I know we're going through some tough times of late because we haven't, since we've hit 500 subscribers, we haven't been doing very well. I'm really sad. My video that I just uploaded, the 10K one, it's the worst video on the channel, so give it some support, give it a watch, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.